What's up, everyone? It's Shaletta. I'm here getting a phone for one of my newly minted teenagers with Xfinity Mobile. They've got great options, affordable plans, and solid coverage that works for our whole family. With Xfinity Mobile, my daughter can stay connected with me wherever she goes. And did you know when you sign up, you can get an extra phone line free for a full year? Switch to Xfinity Mobile today for more savings, more smiles, and more ways to stay connected.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Evette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These jet-setting divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying, loads of fun.
Hi, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas. Hey, ladies, what's going on in the world of travel?
Hello.
Hey.
We're going to continue on our journey.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, there was so much that we did. We got to pick up
So
where we left off.
So one thing that we really want to tell our listeners about was a trip that we did. We went on Viator, and we paid for we wanted to go to Tuscany because we're wine lovers.
Yes.
And we love wineries. And actually, I'm drinking a glass of wine right now, ladies.
You still in birthday? You still in birthday mode?
I'm
here?
still maybe a little bit.
Celebrate.
I'm getting ready to celebrate yours coming up soon, Tina.
Girl, I'm not.
We went on Viator and we got this deal for the three of us. It was $341, and it was a day trip from Rome to the wineries in Tuscany.
That was pretty neat. That was pretty neat.
It was very, very neat. So let's tell the listeners how do we start this off? We bought our tickets on Viator.
So we got on one of these bus tours. And but I just love the fact that we had a really, really cool I guess the person tour guide. The tour guide was kind of like getting us all prepared, and we did a lot of stuff before while we're on there, and they went through all the different places, which I really liked. And we stopped off, a time or two before we got to Tuscany.
So how far away? How it was? What was it? About an hour and a half or 2 hours?
It might have been about 2 hours. But
so they did a stop, and they made an agreement with the company.
Yeah, that was neat.
Be able to stop, and people can use the restroom, stretch their legs, do whatever. But it was a place where they had all kind of dip,
chocolates, and
really everything from that area.
Cheese. It had everything in there.
I even bought some chicken liver from there, and I
did too.
I
didn't know you bought some. I bought some too.
Yeah, I gave my mom some when I got home. Yeah, I gave it.
Yeah, I bought like this olive dip.
I bought an olive dip. I bought an olive dip and some olive oil that they had with some flavored olive oil with garlic and stuff like that. So I got that one as well. So
I got some souvenirs too. I got a souvenir. It has a lot of Italian recipes. Like it can be like, I guess you could use it for like if you're going to be a chef, and you can recipes. Yeah. So it was kind of a menu.
That was a cool little spot, and for them to make that arrangement is good because it was a win-win, for both the tour company, their guests got were able to get off and use the restroom, and then the place was making money because people were buying stuff.
Yeah, and you know what I thought we kind of had a one up on them because we had already gone out to areas, so we kind of had an idea of the cost of so many different things. So the things that they were selling, we can kind of tell, is this a good deal, or should we go to go back where we were before. So I think, but it was really cool to kind of go there because it was like everything, and they had samples, and I think that's what I like.
Yeah, that's what I really like.
So you could walk through there. It was like a maze. You could walk through there and just eat.
Yeah.
Drink wine there. We sampled some
Tuscan
wine there. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool to stop off there. And then remember, we passed through getting there. We went to remember it was a place that they stated that the country would pay for people to go for wellness. And it was like all these
from the water.
Yeah, the water was
yeah.
It's purification water for your kidneys or your liver. And people were going there, and then they started building all these hotels. And then, this, I guess the state or country decided not to pay for it. So now they have all these abandoned hotels there. They just kind of
What's the name of that town? We went to Montepulciano.
Montepulciano after.
Yeah, it was just right there before you get to.
It was right before you got there.
Yeah, but they had all these wellness, and it was supposed to be where you drink this water, and it's supposed to just cleanse you and just make you so well. And they had all these spas, and I was like, that would have been just wonderful.
Oh, absolutely, that would have been our kind of
place. They're paying for it.
Yeah.
But I think it was kind of one of those short-lived. They built all these beautiful, magnificent structures and hotels, and then I guess the country was like, people taking this as vacation.
Well, I think they turned them into apartments, so people are basically living in them.
But there were quite a few abandoned ones. Or things that they, wasn't in use. But that was a cool place to kind of go. So it made me really want to drink water. Maybe want to drink the water, and I think from there we kind of got back on our tour bus, and then we went out to Montepulciano. So
I think is it Montepulciano?
Montepulciano. Hey, look it up, y'all.
One thing that I will tell you when we got there, they had already warned us though that you need to be able to walk for a while, because we had to walk up and down a lot of hills.
It was hilly.
So, yes.
Yeah. And then on the right shoes. If you didn't have on the right shoes,
you were out of go. And I saw people with heels on and wedges, and I'm like,
you needed to have some tennis shoes,
good grips.
We all had tennis shoes on.
Because between the cobblestone and walking uphill, and these little windy turns, that was something you need to. And you know what? And when we got there, Evette knows that's why we needed to stop off at a restroom before we got there, because their public facility is not for public use at all.
No, they had one restroom in the little town.
And keep in mind, in Italy, there are some areas you can't just go to the restroom. You gotta pay. You gotta give them money to get into their restroom.
A lot of places we went, you had to have you had to have euros. They don't want no US dollars either.
No.
So
I thought that was really a cute little town. It had little churches there.
Beautiful views. They took us to all these beautiful views where you can, have the scenery and the scenic background of all these drops.
Yeah, we saw the Tuscany sunset, like the Tuscany sun.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
There were some little wine bars in that town. Some restaurants, all kinds of little souvenir shops. I bought a lot of souvenirs there.
Evette, you got to take Evette. Hopefully, Evette will post some of those pictures where you could just sit down and put your wine glass.
Yeah, that was a cute spot.
Areas. Those were cute.
I went into a wine cave, like a cave. It was a winery, and then it was because I was trying to find a restroom, and I just stumbled across this place.
Yes, I mean,
but it was a cave. It's beautiful. So we'll show you all some pictures of that also.
Yeah, and definitely I had some we had some wine. I bought some wine, and the wine is so inexpensive. I mean, we literally could buy $10 bottles, and they, so we got quite a few bottles and brought those back for our Airbnb, and so we can enjoy. So that was a great place to buy some different wine from Montepulciano. Is it right?
Montepulciano. I think Montepulciano.
We'll post the correct name.
Montepulciano. I'm telling you.
Montepulciano. Yeah. Now that I think about the PULCIA,
Montepulciano. Yeah, that was a cool spot. And then, ladies, we got to go to this beautiful experience. We went to an actual winery. They had a restaurant.
It was a
family-owned farm. What was the name of that? Let me look that. I'm going to look the name up and see what.
Yeah, the farm was owned. While you look that up, the farm was owned by the family, and there was 4 sisters and 6 brothers. But I think the sisters were pretty much running the facility for the most part. But it was everything. They had goats and cows and everything out there, and they made their own pizza, and they made all of these wonderful treats and wine. And what else, Evette?
Yeah, well, we got to have a little tour by one of the sisters.
Yes,
she brought us kind of through the house.
Cellar. That was old too. That was like
the name of it was
Pulciano.
That's
their family name.
Yes.
And we had a how many course meal? They prepared one of the sisters.
It was
3 or 4 course meal. Yeah. Yes. And wine and drinks throughout the whole course.
Tasting.
What was the favorite thing that you all had when we were there?
The wine.
I really enjoyed the wine, but I also really enjoyed the food. How it wasn't. I think we had these huge.
You and your al dente. I know that's where you're going.
Huh?
You and your al dente, pasta.
I love the al dente pasta, but everything was, the sizes were small. So we had maybe 4 courses, but they were all, it's like we'll sit down here in the United States and we'll have this big meal, but it was just a little small. We had like a bruschetta, and then we had like a little cheese
a spaghetti
and
pasta.
meat. We had pasta. We had a little with dessert. We had a little.
I had never had that before.
Like
what do you call biscotti in the wine? You take a biscotti. They call every cookie a biscotti, so it's just not like our biscotti.
But I did learn something with that biscotti, that you soak the wine in the biscotti to get it nice and soft, because you know how hard it is, and then you eat it, and it was like it sucked in all of the juices from the wine. It was really good.
Yeah, we got a good picture of us enjoying those.
And we dessert. We also, on our way out, they had coffee. They even have coffee there.
Yeah,
they did. Yes, we had some.
It was some great coffee.
I had some of the best coffee while we were in Italy.
When I got back home and I started drinking my coffee in my kitchen, I was like, "This is not good."
You know what? How do they get that little froth? That little froth on those espressos?
It's a machine.
It's a machine. Yeah.
I mean, I have every type of machine. I even have an espresso machine, but it was like this little froth.
It's that frother. You put it.
Yeah.
It's.
But even when they wasn't.
They called that American coffee.
I didn't buy any. Did y'all see coffee for sale anywhere? I didn't buy it. We didn't really see coffee for sale.
We really didn't. I don't think they were.
If I would have saw it, I probably would have bought some.
They were pushing all that liqueur, that pistachio and the limoncello and all that other stuff. But I don't recall coffee, because as many places and cafes that we went to, they like served it to you, but they didn't sell it to you.
They sure did.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yes. I miss that coffee, because I'm like, I make my coffee every morning. I'll be like, this don't taste right.
But do you also
see if we can find some of that?
Don't see that coffee that we had, even the coffee that we bought at the supermarket, it gave me a different kind of energy. Like I get the caffeine part of it, but it was some kind of little energy. It was like, I'm ready to move, ready to go walk them, 10,000, 15,000 steps, wherever we were going, without even thinking about it. So it's interesting that coffee had a little, as small as they were, they had power to it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we did a lot of walking over at the Trevi Fountain area. That was a neat little area. Very busy, with a lot of people, a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops. I was like, okay, this is the place to be.
Yeah. Because like that whole Pantheon area also, and the church and all that, that was a lot of walking that we did.
I think that was a great experience too. We went to the church. We were able to light candles. We were able to do prayers. So one thing that we have a religious spiritual background.
Yeah.
And what we like to always do is incorporate God and our Christian beliefs in our travels. So that was
an actual mass We actually went to a mass. They were speaking in Italian, so they had an actual mass in Italian. So that was remember I was saying they have their ceilings painted. It was just like we were in the Vatican.
Beautiful.
All the different sculptures and saints and things it was almost similar to the Vatican, actually.
It brought back memories because I grew up Catholic, so it brought back memories.
And I wouldn't grow up Catholic. I grew up Christian, but it definitely brought back memories for me. And what did you all think about that Colosseum? That was the
Colosseum.
Oh, wow,
it's like beautiful.
Yeah, wow. I love Roman Empire and I love the Roman history. So it was great to just actually see. And like I think I kind of mentioned that if you had ever gone to like a Grand Canyon, the serenity and just the look of it. It's just unreal that you're looking at 3,000-year-old structures that are still there. That was just amazing to me. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we got to see it. We got to see it at night when it was just lit up and beautiful. And during the day, we went inside and was able to tour and look at the just the beauty of it. It was just amazing.
Yes, it was actually and even the part of that tour, which I thought was awesome, was we could even go across the way to the, I don't know what that other garden was that we were. It
was called the Roman Forum. It's attached to or it's right next door to the Colosseum. One thing that I want to say, one thing I saw that the Colosseum is that they're doing some upgrades to it. So they're not, it is a beautiful structure within itself, but then they're even doing things, they're upgrading, they're adding different things for you to see inside the Colosseum. They're restoring parts of it. So that was pretty cool. What did you all like? We weren't sure we were going to go over there to that Roman Forum, but there was just so much.
It was so much to see. It was so much to see, and it was so much that we really didn't see because I know people were going into like some of the cathedrals and things like that, and some of it was cost, but some of it was a part of the full tour. But it was just so much to see that I have to say it was really overwhelming to me in the sense that I had probably taken 2,000 pictures. To the point where I was like, I don't even know if these pictures even gonna make sense, to anyone other than me.
Right. They were like, "What is this rock?"
I know. Who is that? We saw so many sculptures, and I'm like, I don't know if that was one artist or another. So I was like, I'm gonna have to do my research.
One thing that I felt like is that our pictures really didn't do it justice. To me, the Colosseum, all of that architecture, that Roman architecture, you need to see that in person because you see that at the Vatican, all of that.
But even just driving, when you were just driving, we were either in the Uber or we were in the we were on a tour. If you just look at all the delicacies and all of the intricacies of the buildings, they would have different sculptures and things. It just a regular building, like that didn't have wasn't a part of any major Colosseum or Vatican. I was like, my goodness, this history just in these buildings.
Yeah,
it made me see why they call that the ancient city, because it really has just stood this test of time.
Yeah,
and all of that architecture is still there. It is just nothing but history. Roman.
Yeah, even riding around in the hood. You ride around in the hood and you over here and all of these.
Okay, so we have to tell. There's beautiful buildings, beautiful sculptures, beautiful things in Italy, but there is a lot of graffiti.
A lot of graffiti.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of, they have very small cars. I think if I had to say something, they're very small cars. And because the country was developed or made for a smaller number of people, the number of people that live there and the parking space, they park anywhere. They park sideways. They park diagonal.
On the side of each other. They block each other. If you see your friend's car, you park on the side of your friend's car and say, "Hey, I blocked you in. If you need to leave, just let me know."
And the coolest part was that covered moped. Those covered mopeds that were kind of like actually like a scooter or a moped, but it was with a car top to it. That's crazy.
One thing that we didn't try to do there that we have tried many places is we did not try to drive.
Oh
because
no,
that place was hectic to drive.
And but they drove on the same side that we do in the United States, so it probably would have been okay. But everybody is like, they don't really have like real traffic rules.
No.
They drive different. It's a difference. I don't even know how people know to stop or know to. It's weird. Do y'all know that? Did y'all know
driving down the little alleys that we? The buildings and everything they're so close together that and these cars were just maneuvering through these little alleyways. It was something.
But remember, even sitting at that restaurant, you sitting down at the restaurant and you don't know if the car's coming at you, if it's gonna make the turn, and they're coming so close, and those big trucks are still. And I was like, literally, we were in traffic eating.
Yeah,
right.
And the food, ladies, what did you? I mean, I look now. From now on, I will be cooking my pasta al dente.
I know you said that several times. I don't know if I'll be doing al dente, but I definitely enjoyed, a lot. And I actually like a lot of the sweet treats. A lot of the sweet treats. I actually kind of like them because it was not super sweet like our sugars. I don't know, for some reason it didn't taste like it was like piled on with granulated sugar.
I'm also gonna try that little biscotti. I'm gonna buy some wine to put it in, and I'm gonna try that as a dessert. Well,
let us know when you find.
Let us know what you find.
What kind of wine was it again?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go back.
What type of dessert wine?
It was like a dessert wine because it was a little sweeter than we would know. Because you remember, and I love how they made sure you had the right type of glass.
It was a little shot glass.
Yes, a little shot
glass.
You
put your little biscotti cookie inside of the shot glass.
See, now you know how to get a shot glass. You use all the shot glasses you got
to use it. And remember the pizza we had when we were at just right in our little
that pizza was good.
That was good pizza.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. And did you notice that they make all their pizza mass? And then you come and you pick it out. They throw it in a little oven, and it's
by the ounce, by the pound,
which is really inexpensive.
So you say, give me like, I don't know, and then they just cut what you want off of the pizza, and then they weigh it, and then they charge you, by the ounce for the pizza.
And it wasn't expensive because it was only like $2-3.
Yeah,
at best. So you wasn't spending a lot of money on the pizza.
We also ate different food too, and that's what I'll say about Rome. You don't have to just go there and eat Italian food. They have such a variety there. We found a nice little spot. I think, what was the name of Baboa?
Baboa.
But it was like Italian with a an Asian spin on it. It was
Asian-inspired Italian restaurant.
Yeah,
we found some fried chicken there that was really good. One day I had a ramen bowl that was so good. I got Nicole while I was there. That was just so good.
Yeah, but I had the curry. The curry was really good. Curry and rice. And then Evette, you had something too different.
That I'm still talk about that fried chicken because we went back there like 2 days later because I was like, I gotta give me some more of that fried chicken.
Yeah.
It wasn't like bone-in chicken or whatever. It was just like kind of like some nuggets, or whatever. But it was very, very good.
Very tasty.
Yeah, and they always like you to try different things that you may not be a lot about. So I think we had a pretty good waiter that first day that kind of said, "This is what you try. Why don't you try this?" And we love us some cocktails. So they had really good cocktail specials too. I think we had happy hour.
Everywhere. I would say that was one thing. We spend more in cocktails here in the United States than we did anywhere in Italy. All of the drinks were probably anywhere from $5 to $10, and just very, and they were strong too. Every drink we had was strong. But what do you all think about takeout? Have you
not big on takeout?
They don't want you to
you want to take. take your food, they look at you like, what? You want to do what?
So, yeah, because they have a culture where they want you to sit at the table and be there for hours and hours. And you know what? I finally got it at the end, because you remember when they were like, when you decide that you want to drink coffee or eat, and you get a table on the inside or the outside, that's yours for the day. And I mean, like, all day long, but they want you to stay there and sit there the whole time. And it's like,
in the United States, they give you an hour and a half, and you need to get on up, because they need to put the next person there.
But
they
want you to
stay there, and they don't want you to take their food with you.
Nope.
I liked how they're more concerned about the interactions with the people and your relationships that you have going with your family and your friends. They're more concerned about that than they're concerned about getting to work and getting to the next thing. They live a slower pace. Rome is a fast-paced city, but they move in a kind of a slower way.
Because if you think about every restaurant we went to, they hurry up, they got your food order, your drink order, and then they just disappeared. Like,
they just wanted you to just,
and then
just interact.
You almost have to flag them, because they, we really drink, so we wanted more than one gin and tonic. So you can't just leave us with one. You got to come back and ask us if we want another one. So we were flagging them down. They was like, "Is everything okay?" We were like, "We fine." We just want another drink.
But overall, it was great. It was a great time. A great experience. Yeah.
It was. I mean, I think that was probably one of the highlights of my year of travel. I would have to say we had to do a year of travel review.
Trip.
Well, you know, it was Jeanette's highlight.
Yes, it was Jeanette's. It was not on my bucket list. I know you've been to some of the places that probably on my bucket list, Jeanette, but it became a bucket list. I'm glad I was able to check that one off of my list. Yeah. I'm glad I was able to check that one off. And I definitely, I think that we can tell you all you want, but if you don't see it yourself, you won't understand what we really, really experienced.
Right.
Yeah. And people always ask me, are they nice? That was the question everyone is asking me. Are they nice? Were they nice? Were the people, and I would have to say, when they asked me, they seemed pretty cordial and nice. Their culture, they talk a little bit louder, or they want, like the lady said, they want to use their English, and they want to feel like they know English well. So they want to, say their things in English, but I felt they were fine.
Mm-hmm. I thought they were really nice too, and they spoke with their hands a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was definitely an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, and I think we captured everything. The Trevi Fountain, I wish was open. That was my only other thing.
Yeah,
the Trevi Fountain. It was under construction, but that was one that I was like really hoping that I could really experience. But looking at pictures now after we've gotten back, I see what they're doing. They're trying to make it more kind of like the Coliseum, where it's not going to be as accessible as it had been. I think,
I think what they're doing too is there is a big celebration next year, so they're upgrading all of the spots because for the celebration.
Yeah, it's some celebration, or they're hosting some large event. I don't know what it is, but it's some large event being hosted there. But this was wonderful. I'm glad that was the top of 2024. I'm glad to say I did it. I've checked it off, and I hope everyone has been looking at all of our pictures.
We'll have to post some more.
Yes, absolutely.
So take a look at our social media.
Well, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina. And we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Ciao.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.